Do you know how many people on Earth actually know the real recipe for Coca-Cola? Two. Two living men, and they never fly on the same plane. But in 2006, one woman decided that wasn't enough, and she almost changed everything. Almost. Hi there. Today's topic is absolute fire. Seriously. We're talking about one of the biggest food secrets in human history. And I promise you, I cross my heart. At the very end, there's a detail that will genuinely shock you. A cherry on top, but much tastier. But wait, don't jump ahead. First, we need to understand the context, because without it, this story won't make sense, trust me. So, look, Coca-Cola has been around since 1886. That means this stuff is over 130 years old. It was created by a pharmacist from Atlanta named John Pemberton, a guy with a mustache, as was the fashion back then. Now, Pemberton didn't plan on making a soda for parties. No, he was making medicine. For headaches, for nerves, for everything. Medicine back then was experimental. Everyone was looking for magic elixirs. And, hold on tight, his original drink contained coca leaf extract. Yes, that kind, the one you're thinking of. About 9 milligrams of cocaine per glass. That's the coca in Coca-Cola. The name makes more sense now, right? Don't worry, the cocaine was removed in 1903. Quite a while ago, thank God. No, here is where it gets interesting. The question that haunts millions. What's left? What exactly gives it that taste? That flavor you can't forget and, most importantly, cannot copy. It's not just a philosophical question. How many companies have tried to replicate this taste? Hundreds, thousands maybe, and not one, not a single one, has nailed it 100%. Something is always off. There's always a missing note. The answer lies in a formula called merchandise is X. Sounds like a secret military operation, right? Well, guess what? It basically is. It's one of the most guarded secrets in global business. Seriously, the security is tighter than what some presidents have. Okay, let's break it down. What do we know for sure? First and most importantly, the Coca-Cola Company has officially never patented its recipe, and it's not because they forgot or were lazy. Nope, it was intentional, deliberate. Why? Listen closely because this is genius. If you patent something, anything after 20 years, your formula becomes public domain. That's the law. A patent protects you for 20 years and then, voila, the whole world can use your invention. But if you don't patent it, if you just keep it a trade secret, then the secret can live forever. Theoretically, as long as no one steals it or cracks the code. Coca-Cola chose option 2. Risky? Yes. But as you can see, it's worked for over a century. Now, let's talk about the vault. This is a whole different story. In 1925, the recipe was placed in a vault at SunTrust Bank in Atlanta. It stayed there for over 80 years. 80 years! I try to imagine it. A piece of paper lying there, some notes on it, untouched for decades. Meanwhile, the whole world is trying to guess what's written on it. It's like a spy movie, but it's real life. In 2011, they moved it. Do you know where? To the World of Coca-Cola Museum. They put the recipe in a glass vault with fancy lighting. Beautiful, grand, the whole deal. But the coolest part is the opening system. This vault only opens with 2 keys simultaneously. One key doesn't work. You need 2, and 2 different people hold them. I'm not kidding. 2 keys, at the same time. Just like nuclear weapons. You need 2 officers with 2 keys to launch a missile. Same here, except instead of a missile, it's a soda recipe. A very important soda recipe. And here's a detail I absolutely love. Remember I mentioned the 2 people who know the recipe? They really never fly on the same plane. It's official company policy. Just in case, God forbid, something happens, the secret doesn't die with them. Paranoia? Maybe, but it's beautiful paranoia. Now, this is where it gets juicy. Several times, researchers, journalists, and enthusiasts have claimed they've cracked the code. Let me tell you about the biggest case. In 2011, the radio show This American Life, huge show, millions of listeners, claimed they found the original recipe. Imagine the hype. Where did they find it? In an old 1979 issue of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. a chemist supposedly found notes from Pemberton himself. Here's what it said: sugar syrup, caramel color, phosphoric acid, all expected. But then vanilla, lime, nutmeg, coriander, and, drumroll please, orange oil. Orange oil! Who would have thought? Coca-Cola doesn't smell like oranges, but apparently, mixed with other ingredients, it creates something entirely different. Chemistry is magic like that. So, everyone was waiting. What will Coca-Cola say? Will they sue? Deny it? Threaten? They responded very calmly. They just said, "That's not our recipe. We enjoy watching people search for it." What a response, right? Not, "We'll sue you," but "It's fun to watch you try." That's true confidence. And here is another story that shocked me. The story of India, 1977. India is a massive market, 1 billion people, heat, everyone is thirsty. Perfect for Coke, right? Well, the Indian government said, "Look, we want to know what you're selling to our people. Reveal the full list of ingredients." Logical, right? A government has the right to know for health and safety. Do you know what Coca-Cola did? They said no. Just no. And they left the country. Completely. They packed up, closed the factories, said goodbye, and walked away. For 16 years. They only returned to India in 1993. 16 years without a billion-person market. Think about the scale of that decision. To lose billions in profit just to keep a recipe secret. That's either pure madness or the highest form of business principle. Or both. Now, the story I started with. 2006, Atlanta. Joya Williams, a secretary for a top executive at Coca-Cola. She'd been with the company a long time. She had access to private rooms, documents, meetings. And one day, she decides, "I have something someone will pay a lot for." She takes a folder of documents out of the office, samples of secret new products and what she thought were fragments of the formula. She finds 2 accomplices, and together they write a letter. "We have confidential and extremely valuable information about Coca-Cola, ready to sell, price $1.5 million, and they send this letter. Do you know where? To Pepsi. Pepsi gets the letter, they read it, and they call Coca-Cola. Yes, Pepsi turned them in. They said, "Someone is trying to sell us your secrets. We thought you should know." Even the biggest competitor didn't want to touch industrial espionage. It's either very ethical or very smart, probably both. The FBI set up a sting, there were marked bills, and an arrest was made. Joya Williams got 8 years in prison. But here's what I want you to think about. She took documents, but she never got the full recipe. It doesn't exist in one place, one file, or one folder. Coca-Cola keeps the secret not just in a vault, but in a system of how information is divided among people. What do we know about the Coca-Cola recipe today? We know for sure: water, sugar, caramel color, tar50D, phosphoric acid, natural flavors, caffeine. It's on the label. The law requires it. But natural flavors? That could be anything. And that's where merchandise 7X is hiding. Some chemists say they have almost deciphered it. They say it's a mix of essential oils: orange, lemon, nutmeg, coriander, lavender, maybe cinnamon. No, almost is the key word. Even if the ingredients are right, the proportions, the temperature, the order of mixing, it all matters. And no one knows that part. And you know what's the strangest thing? Maybe the secret is the product. Not the recipe itself, but the legend around it. Coca-Cola sells more than a soda. They sell the feeling that there is something you will never fully know. Now, for the unexpected twist I promised. Some researchers believe the real secret of Coca-Cola has been known for a long time. It's just that it's in no one's interest to admit it. Not the company, because the myth would vanish. Not the competitors, because then they'd have to explain why they haven't matched the taste in 130 years. Maybe the best business secret is a secret that everyone voluntarily believes in. What do you think? Is the recipe truly unique, or is it just master-level marketing? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit like and subscribe. Next week, another massive food mystery. See ya!